Alright, guys, let's talk 2012 Stitches, directed by Connor McMahon and starring Ross Noble as Stitches the Clown. Now, this is just a film that it just knows it's ridiculous from the very, very beginning. Like, this is a film that is just a blast to watch because none of this makes any sense at all. None of it's supposed to. There is so much random shit in this movie that you just say, fuck it, let's go with it from the very beginning. Now, this movie's from some other country. It sounds just like English that they're speaking, but they have like this weird accent and they have all this different slang and lingo that they use. I mean, if you're gonna show me a film from another country, put fucking subtitles so I know what the hell they're talking about. But nonetheless, you can understand them for the most part. Clown fucking is what we open with. So this girl fucking Stitches the Clown, which I guess is a thing. I guess it's a fetish that some people like clowns. And he just leaves his life egg. It's just like hanging right on the counter there. Like he could fuck her too hard and it would fall and break. So I don't know if that whole egg thing, which is just fucking insane, that is supposed to keep him alive after he dies. I guess that only works after he dies. And that's why if it would have dropped and broke then, he's still alive, so it wouldn't have done anything. I don't know how any of the clown stuff works in this. I don't know where any of it comes from. It's all just made for this movie, so it doesn't really matter. And then all these kids at the birthday party are fucking little pricks, dude. Like, these kids are fucking assholes to this clown. I mean, sure, this Stitches the Clown looks like he just came off like a 3-day meth binge. And like, just like a homeless person. This looks like a homeless, meth addicted clown. But still, I mean, these kids are complete pricks to this clown. Why even have a clown for a birthday if they're all just going to be fucking assholes to him? And then they end up, Vinny ties his shoes together and he ends up tripping over his shoelaces, which a clown should be a little more on the nose with that. He should be prepared for such a classic trick. And ends up falling face first onto the knife, and then he pulls the knife out of his face, and Tom's just standing there, and the blood just squirt. It's like a rain machine of blood that just sprays all over this kid, like for a long time, too. Like, this kid gets so much blood all over him, it is hysterical. And no wonder why he's fucked up years later from this party. And then he sees a clown cult ritual taking place in the cemetery that happens to just be right by his house conveniently, that he can see with his telescope. But he goes over there and sees this crazy clown ritual with this like green-haired clown as the cult leader, and they're doing whatever the fuck they're doing. And then 6 years later, now they're in high school, and I noticed I've only seen this movie like this maybe like the third time I've seen this. And I didn't see it when it came out or anywhere near there. I think the first time I saw this was like randomly, like a year ago or something like that. Movie I just never got around to. But when I did, happy I did, because this movie is filled with gore. It is filled with over-the-top crazy kills and just awesome fun. And I noticed on this watch, though, that Tom is prescribed Hypnocil, which is a nice little call to the Nightmare on Elm Street series. So he's taking Hypnocil so he can't have bad dreams, apparently. I mean, he's having waking dreams of the clown, too. So I don't know what the Hypnocil's supposed to do, but apparently he has dreams. And then the class hallucination of the dream in class, that's so awesome. When the clown, when the teacher turns into a clown and he goes over to Tom's friend Vinny and he just rips his fucking dick and balls off and then just like ties it to a balloon and like, dude, the fucking effects look awesome. Like so over the top, so crazy, so glorious. And Kate is gorgeous in this movie. She always reminds me kind of the actress who played Donna in Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, since they couldn't get the original actress back. Always reminds me of her a little bit. And then the principal's hair that yells at her for wearing those boots. What type of fucking hair is that, dude? Just commit. Just shave your hair off. When you have no hair except for a little strip on the top that you comb over, it's time to just call it time. Like, it's time to be done. It's time to just accept you're bald and just shave that shit off, because that looks absolutely stupid, the way that this principal's hair looks. And then Sarah is a sexy bitch, man. And I mean, like, she's a total bitch who's very sexy. Like, you want this girl getting killed, but at the same time, you want to see her still in the movie. So it's like, don't kill her yet. but she gets an awesome death scene too. Fucking all the people in here. And then we have Vinny the friend, who just a random thing I noticed. He's on some website and he's about to jerk off to, it looks like just like a profile picture of some girl. And he says, "Bring on the choke." I've never heard anyone say that. Might before jerking off to themselves. I mean, granted, I've never really been in a room with another guy jerking off by himself. But, I mean, I've never said anything like that. I mean, sure, maybe things like, "Scream all you want, no one's going to hear you." Or like, that doesn't seem accurate. But like, not fucking "bring on the choke." Never heard that one. In a movie, in real life, never. But I guess people in this weird country that this movie's from, that might be a saying of theirs. Who knows? They got a bunch of others. And then Tom has never heard "righty tighty, lefty loosey" in his entire 16 years or so in life. He's never heard the term "righty tighty, lefty loosey" to open shit. Like, that applies to so much stuff to open, like in life. Like, this kid's never heard of that. And it plays into the ending. And he has to have a flashback to remember it. Like, I don't know. That's fucking stupid. Then he ate all that pot cookie, like the last half of the pot cookie, and the one friend says that's like 40 joints. Yeah, no, it's not. There's no way half of that cookie has that much pot in it, that much THC in it, that you're going to feel like you smoked 40 joints. There's no way. You'd be on the floor just like in a completely different world. Just like, the clown, and fucking people would be just walking past you like you're Oscar the Grouch, like you're a homeless person. They want nothing to do with you, which is how most of the people treat Tom in this movie anyway, which I don't get, man. He looks just like a normal fucking dude. Why? Just because at his birthday party that he had no control of, that his mom hired this clown to come be at his birthday party, and all his friends are complete assholes to this clown, and he ends up dying tragically, and that's somehow Tom's fault. And now, like, all the people from back then, the whole school, they all hate this kid. Why? Because the clown died on his birthday at his party? I don't know. It doesn't fucking seem to make sense to me. Like, he seems like a normal guy, except for like all the clown hallucinations and shit, which isn't too normal, so I'll give him that. But I don't know. The way they portray his character in this is just like a total loser. I don't see it. Just looks like a normal dude who was traumatized by, as we all have been, having a party where a clown brutally dies in front of us. I mean, I turned out fine. Sure, most of you did. You'll work with your problems. Don't let them hold you back. And then I love that little shot of the whole thing of Paul being a clown at the party is so fucked up. Like, just what I was saying, that this motherfucker was at that party, saw that clown die, knows how much it affected Tom, and he shows up to this party that he wasn't really even fucking invited to with his girlfriend Sarah, and he dresses up like a fucking killer clown. That is in such bad taste, man. He deserves to die just for that. And he does very fucking soon afterwards. And I love that cool shot when he's walking as dressed up like a clown, like past a room, and as he's passing the room, Stitches is walking in the room in the background. That's a cool little shot. Then we have Paul's death, which is awesome, when he rips his ear off, and then he just tugs on his arm and rips his arm off, and the tendons fucking come out. Looks fucking awesome. And then he says that he sounds like he has a hair down his throat, and he shoves his whole arm down his throat and pulls out a bunny rabbit. That's what I mean. That's how fucking crazy this movie is. Then just kicks his fucking head right off of his neck, and it goes flying. I like the slow motion of the head going into the water, like right before it hits the water. Cool stuff. Just over the top. Love it. And then Stitch's nose can apparently smell where all the friends are from the night of the party that he died. Like I said, whatever. It sounds good to me. It sounds like a great idea. The writers put their all into it, and who can fault them? Makes perfect sense. The whole party coming together and singing and dancing to Cutting Crew's "I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight" is fucking hysterical to me for some reason. Like, the one song that this whole group of, how old can they be? They're in high school in the late 2010s. And that's the song that they all band together and sing and dance, is "I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight" by Cutting Crew. I mean, don't get me wrong, one of my favorite songs from the 80s. I fucking love that song. Just seems a little weird for a movie in 2012 at a high school party for that to be the song that everyone jumps on the dance floor and starts singing. I don't know. Maybe it happens. I don't know if it does or not. Then we have Bulger, the gay friend with the brain ice cream scoop kill, which is awesome when he's just like, and he was in that pantry for a long fucking time. And he seems like a loyal friend too. Like he's the one trying to keep the birthday party like in check and get everything ready before everyone shows up. And then he goes to get the emergency kit for Tom, and then he just gets distracted so fast by like the cans of food in there. And he gets just like, he's stuck in there for like 20 something minutes before Stitches shows up. And then I like how they edit the whole thing, like with the Cutting Crew song with them singing and dancing, and Stitches is scooping out his fucking brains with an ice cream scoop. Like that is awesome. And then Sarah comes in and like he holds Burger's body up like it's a puppet, and he's just like answering like yes, no, and it's like she doesn't see the blood like dripping down his face like all over the place. No, like I guess she just thinks it's food. That he's that messy of an eater, that he just takes food, he shoves it all over his face. I don't know, but she's an idiot in normal circumstances. So I like how how Sarah kicks Stitches in the throat with her high heel. That's a cool little thing. Her little defense that she gets out there. And then she gets the umbrella that Stitches throws through the back of her head, and her eye pops out. It comes out the other side. That's cool. How she falls back on her back and it pushes like even more so through the eye, and like you can see like the outside of the eye like stretching, and like as the umbrella comes through with the eyeball still on the top of it. Awesome. And then it opens up and all the blood sprays like from the umbrella opening up. That is such a cool kill. Really, really cool. And Stitches killing the cat is fucking hilarious. Like, that is such a funny scene. When he's going like, let's see how many lives you have left, and he starts smacking this cat all over the place and counting to 9. That cat was dead by like the 5th life. Like, by the most. That cat was dead way, way earlier than 9 lives. So that puts a whole rest to the myth of cats having 9 lives, because Stitches kills them in around 4 or 5. So, cat is dead. And then I love the kill with, what's his name, Richie, I think? The camera guy. And he ends up cutting his intestines open and pulling them out, and ends up making the fucking dog out of his intestines, just like when at the birthday party when they were kids, even though he wanted a stegosaurus or some shit, which you got some nerve to ask a fucking clown to make you a stegosaurus out of balloons. Are you serious? You're at a fucking birthday party and you're like 8 years old, 10 years old. This guy's a hired clown. He's got gigs to do. He's not doing a fucking stegosaurus for you. Are you serious? He's sticking to dogs, cats, and little cars or some shit. And he had the balls. That's why he gets what he gets now. And he gets the fucking dog made out of his intestines, and then he gets the pump in his head, and his head just starts pumping like bigger and bigger and bigger, and like he's like, what's happening to me? Pretty sure your head's about to explode. And then he just pumps it and he holds his ears and the fucking head explodes. Awesome stuff. Like, so much fun, so much craziness. And then Kate and Tom ride to the cemetery on their bikes in pursuit by Stitches on a fucking tricycle. Like, it looks so fucking stupid. This movie as a whole is just completely insane, but it's so much fun. And then Stitches walks the tightrope for like no reason whatsoever, like absolutely no reason, just to give them time to get into the egg mausoleum, I guess, right? Because he's just like fucking around on the telephone wire, just walking the tightrope, and then he falls, and like he's just wasting time at this point. And then Tom finds Stitch's egg and has to have that fucking flashback to he can't open the jar that the egg's in. Seriously? Well, and he has to remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And they, oh, yeah, it turns out. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, really? Like, this kid had to remember righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, which he didn't even know of until an hour prior to this. And the fact that he never heard that phrase before is just beyond fucking believable. Like, there's no way this kid never heard that. Unless they don't use that saying over in the crazy country this film was made, but who knows. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's what brings it. That's the fucking epitome of this movie. This is the finale of this movie. Is that this kid has to remember righty-tighty, lefty. Alright, I'm not going to keep getting into it. It's fucking ridiculous. And they end up... And it's another thing. With all the clowns that are a part of this cult, apparently, this clown cult. You would think that you'd want to make your egg like as cool as possible. Like his egg is like the worst egg out of all of them. Like it is just a red smiley face. That's it. Like if that's your way of getting into a clown cult and like your way of coming back to life if you die is this egg, wouldn't you want to put more effort in? Like I would have gotten some like gray fur and put it on the sides, just like Stitch's hair, and just go all out. Make him look like Stitches, not just like anonymous smiley clown. Because like she asked Kate to go in there first, find Stitch's face. Yeah, well, we would have had another fucking hour of an hour of runtime added to this movie if she went in because she ain't finding Stitch's fucking egg. Are you serious? That's like going in there, look for the egg with the marking on it. Alright, go in, there's 1,000 of them. Shit, how am I going to find out which one? So they end up flipping a coin after Tom gets the egg and tries to distract Stitches. And while he's distracting him with the coin question, Vinny again, just like he was as a kid, he ends up tying his shoelaces, which is twice now that Stitches should know to always check his shoelaces before he starts moving, which he does not. And he ends up falling and almost crushing his egg, but his nose just bounces off it until Tom stomps on his fucking face and it cracks his egg open and he explodes to death. And a cool little disintegration scene with him exploding and oozing and dying and all that shit. Then we have another clown, the green-haired like lead cult clown guy from the beginning, putting Stitch's egg back together while randomly getting a blowjob from some hot brunette that we don't see in the movie ever, and that's it. That's the end. Like that's the end of the movie. It's just a clown putting Stitch's egg back together, and then while he's getting a blowjob from some random chick. So like I said, this you just got to accept it. Like at some point in this movie, they could have had the fucking all the animals from Jumanji run through the room and just fucking stampede, like crash through the walls of the house and then go out the other end with the monkeys and tail and everything. And Stitches could have just went clown magic. Then like, that's it. You just have to accept it. You just have to laugh at it and then just move on. Because that's the type of movie this is. And God, I love movies like this. Because these are ones you can just turn your brain off completely and just watch the stupidity, watch the awesome gore, watch the crazy kills, and just enjoy yourself. So that is Stitch's fun little clown killer movie, and might have something up in a little bit, if not in the morning. So wherever you guys are from, hope everybody's having a good night, good day, wherever you're from, and I will talk to you guys soon.